sabot.
Ang dungog.
Sa tuwing 2018.
Ay hinay.
Tawad nga
Madungog na hinay. Tingog.
grocery items o ang kalabuan karon katong mga grocery items nga akong na-receive. So akong gi-rolling and then makita sa name na sa bilang kanya. Ini programa sa
naman.
NRCO anong tabang ni sa dila sa ako dili sa mga OFW nga napauli diri or na-repatriate kay naman sila ay kanang pag-abot nila diri sa Pilipinas kailang
matingog
mahimong trabaho na nila. Kunya dila sa ako sa pamilya ug sa ila kong mga pamilya. So nagpasalamat ako sa kini nga programa o sa office sa CEO.
Ilang na o kauna.
Padayon ni sa uban ng mga katuigan.
Yung asinso.
Sa opisina sa
Uway asinso.
Uway NRCO o sa mga staff nila, management.
What? Mantingog.
And medium enterprises to develop and produce competitive products that meet world-class standards. With its capacity, DOST Caraga also increased its technology assistance for small enterprise technology upgrading program or setup clients to boost their productivity. The success stories of our clients demonstrate how innovations impact and transform lives. We also continue to strengthen S&D efforts to help address pressing needs in the region, including climate change adaptation, community empowerment, mitigating foodborne illnesses and other health concerns, sustainability of resources, cultivating the S&T human resource, and promoting research and innovation culture. These efforts are possible with a strong collaboration with agencies, LGUs, academe and private sectors, and the works of the men and women of DOST Caraga on the ground. DOST Caraga, inspiring innovations creating opportunities. Science for the people. Asenso, posible kini sa setup. The micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, form the backbone of the Philippine economy and the driving force behind the country's economic stability. The Small Enterprise Technology Upgrading Program, or setup, of the Department of Science and Technology is a nationwide strategy to boost MSMEs' productivity and competitiveness through innovations. As the provider of world-class scientific, technology, and innovative solutions, DOST leads the way to assist MSMEs on their journey to higher productivity. Since 2002, DOST Caraga has assisted a total of 485 firms in the region through upgrading of equipment, products, and services, which helped increase their productivity. The MSMEs assisted were able to increase their income and generate more jobs in the region. With setup, MSMEs can acquire new equipment through the financial assistance to improve production lines, avail of technology training, technical assistance and consultancy from industry experts, improve product quality through the packaging and labeling assistance, and free laboratory analysis. The setup priority areas are food processing, furniture, agriculture and aquaculture, metals and engineering, gifts, decors, and handicrafts, information and communications technology, health and wellness, and halal products. Talk to us and learn about setup now. Be our partner sa Pag-Asenso.
Ako si Gladys May Corilla, ang General Manager sa Millennium Rice Mill, isa ka setup adapter ug kini ang akong istorya. Ang Millennium Rice Mill nahimutang kini sa Purok Nara, Victoria, Tagut, Surigao del Sur. Na-establish kini sa tuig 2006 sa paningkamot sa among amahan. So nakita namo ang traditional nga rice mill, minus gid ang iyang production ug ang iyang quality sa bugas broken, dili siya acceptable sa market. January 24, 2016 niadto gid mi sa DOST. Within 1 month kapin nadawat namo ang innovation fund nga nagkantidad og 1,920,000 pesos. Ang among na-acquire nga equipment mao ang big vertical whitener polisher machine ug double vertical type whitening machine. Sa una 19 bags per hour, karon kaya na namo ang 35 to 40 bags per hour. Sa una mo cater lang mig isa ka bugasira, karon kaya na namo ang upat. When it comes to quality, makita gyud nga puti, humot, limpyo ug tibuok gyud ang grains. Karon mulong last gyud siya 1 month. Kung mutaas ang production, mutaas pud ang employment. Sa una ang among trabahante, upat lang man mi. Karon moabot na 11, mutaas pa gyud kung daghan mig bularon. Tidaghan pud ang amo ang customers. Mismo sila ang moadto gid sa gilingan, mupalit ug ilang ibaligya sa nagkalain-laing lugar. Dili lang kung taga Surigao del Sur ang nakaila sa among bugas. Dinhi sa Mindanao sama sa Himuog, Butuan City, Cotabato, ang uban sa Davao. Nidako ang among gross sales niabot kini og 766%. First year sa among pag-avail sa setup program, nakapalit kami og ELF. After sa among setup refund, nakapalit na pud kami og duha ka wing van. Naka-expand kami sa among solar dryer. Sa una 200 bags lang ang kaya. Karon kaya na gyud ang 800 bags. Aside sa equipment upgrading, naka-avail pud kami og MPIX consultancy ug lain-lain pang training. Dako kayong improvement when it comes to management. Doon na po yung mga kalisdanan nga among na-experience. Sama sa bad weather. Naga-monitor nami pinaagi sa DOST Pag-asa weather forecast. Ang among alkansi nidugang na kini sa amuhang sales. Ang rice mill industry dali ra siya maapektuhan sa pagdaghan sa imported rice. We divert our business process. Ang among gi-focus na lang ang milling fee sa mga dagkong comprador vendor aron ang among mga trabahante padayon ang trabaho, lahi-lahi ang mga technology ang among gi-adapt. Sama sa paggamit sa solar light, nag-purchase pud mi og moisture content tester kung tama na ba igiling. Nakasave na mi sa among bayranan sa kuryente. Taas kayo ang demand sa rice karong panahon kay ang mga LGU isa na kini kay ilang gamiton kini sa relief goods. Bisan tuod ang among mga trabahante nahadlok pero amo silang gina-assure nga ang ilang safety kay ang among mga trabahante dili lang namo sila trabahante, ginaturing ko namo sila nga pamilya. Gina-maintain gid namo ang maayong relasyon sa mga farmers. Mutuod na gyud sila sa MOA. Naay tulo ka bag-ong bugasira nga na-inspired. Karon after 1 year, tagsa na silang sakyanan. Makaingon gyud ko nga ang DOST kumpleto. Salamat kaayo DOST. Nigaan ang among kinabuhi. Tapos daghan mi natabangan.
Pangalan si Hinaro Ilagan, 51 years old. Business address na po sa Marcos Carlos Street, Butuan City. And then nakadawat ko sa programa nga ILDAP, sabot Livelihood Development Assistance Program sa tuig 2018. Ako nadawat nga starter kits, mga grocery items o one sack rice. Ang kalabuan karon ang katong mga grocery items nga akong na-receive, so akong gi-rolling and then makita sa nimo sa store karon nga bidagan niya. Kining programa sa MOA NRCO adong tabang ni sa dila sa ako dili sa mga OFW nga napauli diri or na-repatriate kay naman sila ay kanang negosyo nga pag-abot nila diri sa Pilipinas na ilang mahimong trabaho na nila. Kunya di lang sa ako kundi sa akong pamilya o sa ila pong mga pamilya. So nagpasalamat ako sa kini nga programa o sa office sa OWA NRCO o hinaot nga magpadayon ni sa uban nga mga katuigan o more power sa opisina sa NRCO, OWA NRCO o sa mga staff nila and management.
Caraga Region is rich in agricultural and natural resources, cultural diversity, and is home to beautiful and serene tourist spots. Over the years, the region has made impressive economic growth, joining the fast-growing regions in the country. Caraga offers a lot of economic opportunities and potentials given its strengths. In response to the needs of science, technology, and innovation interventions, DOST Caraga improved its quality management systems as certified 9001-2015 office and ISO 17025 accredited regional standards and testing laboratories, expanded its programs and services, and calls for innovation towards an inclusive growth and poverty reduction. DOST Caraga hopes to provide innovative, cost-effective, and appropriate technologies that enable micro, small, and medium enterprises to develop and produce competitive products that meet world-class standards. With its capacity, DOST Caraga also increased its technology assistance for small enterprise technology upgrading program or setup clients to boost their productivity. The success stories of our clients demonstrate how innovations impact and transform lives. We also continue to strengthen S&D efforts to help address mitigating foodborne illnesses and other health concerns, sustainability of resources, cultivating the S&T human resource, and promoting research and innovation culture. These efforts are possible with a strong collaboration with agencies, LGUs, academe and private sectors, and the works of the men and women of DOST Caraga on the ground. DOST Caraga, inspiring innovations, creating opportunities. Science for the people. Asenso, posible kini sa setup. The micro, small, and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, form the backbone of the Philippine economy and the driving force behind the country's economic stability. The Small Enterprise Technology Upgrading Program, or setup, of the Department of Science and Technology is a nationwide strategy to boost MSMEs' productivity and competitiveness through innovations. As the provider of world-class scientific, technology, and innovative solutions, DOST leads the way to assist MSMEs on their journey to higher productivity. Since 2002, DOST Caraga has assisted a total of 485 firms in the region through upgrading of equipment, products, and services, which helped increase their productivity. The MSMEs assisted were able to increase their income and generate more jobs in the region. With setup, MSMEs can acquire new equipment through the financial assistance to improve production lines, avail of technology training, technical assistance and consultancy from industry experts, improve product quality through the packaging and labeling assistance, and free laboratory analysis. The setup priority areas are food processing, furniture, agriculture and aquaculture, metals and engineering, gifts, decors and handicrafts, information and communications technology, health and wellness, and halal products. Talk to us and learn about setup now. Be our partner sa Pag-Asenso.
Ako si Gladys May Corilla, ang General Manager sa Millennium Rice Mill, isa ka setup adapter ug kini ang akong istorya. Ang Millennium Rice Mill nahimutang kini sa Purok Nara, Victoria, Tagut, Surigao del Sur. Na-establish kini sa tuig 2006 sa paningkamot sa among amahan. So nakita namo ang traditional nga rice mill, minus gid ang iyang production ug ang iyang quality sa bugas broken, dili siya acceptable sa market. January 24, 2016 niadto gid mi sa DOST. Within 1 month kapin nadawat namo ang innovation fund nga nagkantidad og 1,920,000 pesos. Ang among na-acquire nga equipment mao ang big vertical whitener polisher machine ug double vertical type whitening machine. Sa una 19 bags per hour, karon kaya na namo ang 35 to 40 bags per hour. Sa una mo cater lang mig isa ka bugasira, karon kaya na namo ang upat. When it comes to quality, makita gyud na puti, humot, limpyo ug tibuok gyud ang grains. Karon mulong last gyud siya 1 month. Kung mutaas ang production, mutaas pud ang employment. Sa una ang among trabahante, upat lang man mi. Karon moabot na og 11, mutaas pa gyud kung daghan mig bularon. Daghan pud ang amuang customers. Mismo sila ang moadto din sa gilingan, mupalit ug ilang ibaligya sa nagkalain-laing lugar. Dili lang kung taga Surigao del Sur ang nakaila sa among bugas. Dinhi sa Mindanao sama sa Himuog, Butuan City, Cotabato, Cotabato, ang uban sa Davao. Nidako ang among gross sales ni abot kini og 766%. First year sa among pag-avail sa setup program, nakapalit kami og ELF. After sa among setup refund, nakapalit na pud kami og duha ka wing van. Naka-expand kami sa among solar dryer. Sa una 200 bags lang ang kaya. Karon kaya na gyud ang 800 bags. Aside sa equipment upgrading, naka-avail pud kami og MPIX consultancy ug lain-lain pang training. Dako kaayong improvement when it comes to management. Doon na po yung mga kalisdanan nga among na-experience. Sama sa bad weather. Naga-monitor nami pinaagi sa DOST Pag-asa weather forecast. Ang among alkansi dugang nakini sa amuhang sales. Ang rice mill industry dali ra siya maapektuhan sa pagdaghan sa imported rice. We divert our business process. Ang among gifocus na lang ang milling fee sa mga dagkong komprador aron ang among mga trabahante padayon ang trabaho. Lahi-lahi ang mga technology ang among gi-adapt. Sama sa paggamit sa solar light, nag-purchase pud mi og moisture content tester. Kung tama na ba igiling, nakasave na mi sa among bayranan sa kuryente. Taas kayo ang demand sa rice karong panahon kay ang mga LGU isa na kini kay ilang gamiton kini sa relief goods. Bisan tuod ang among mga trabahante nahadlok pero amo silang gina-assure nga ang ilang safety kay ang among mga trabahante dili lang namo sila trabahante. Ginaturing ko namo sila nga pamilya. Gina-maintain gid namo ang maayong relasyon sa mga farmers. Mutuod na gyud sila sa MOA. Naay tulo ka bag-ong bugasira nga na-inspired. Karon after 1 year, tagsa na silang sakyanan. Makaingon gyud ko nga ang DOST kumpleto. Salamat kaayo DOST. Nigaan ang among kinabuhi. Tapos daghan mi natabangan.
Pangalan si Hinaro Ilagan, 51 years old. Business address na po sa Marcos Carlos Street, Butuan City. And then nakadawat ko sa programa nga ILDAP, sabot Livelihood Development Assistance Program sa tuig 2018. Ako nadawat nga starter kits, mga grocery items o one sack rice. Ang kalabuan karon ang katong mga grocery items nga akong na-receive. So akong gi-rolling and then makita sa nimo sa store karon nga bilaghan niya. Kining programa sa MOA NRCO adong tabang ni sa dila sa ako dili sa mga OFW nga napauli diri or na-repatriate kay naman sila ay kanang negosyo nga pag-abot nila diri sa Pilipinas na ilang mahimong trabaho na nila. Kunya di lang sa ako kundi sa akong pamilya o sa ila pong mga pamilya. So nagpasalamat akong dako sa kini nga programa o sa office sa OWA NRCO o hinaot nga magpadayon ni sa uban nga mga katuigan o more power sa opisina sa NRCO, OWA NRCO o sa mga staff nila and management.
Caraga Region is rich in agricultural and natural resources, cultural diversity, and is home to beautiful and serene tourist spots. Over the years, the region has made impressive economic growth, joining the fast-growing regions in the country. Caraga offers a lot of economic opportunities and potentials given its strengths. In response to the needs of science, technology, and innovation interventions, DOST Caraga improved its quality management systems as a certified 9001-2015 office and ISO 17025 accredited regional standards and testing laboratories, expanded its programs and services, and calls for innovation towards an inclusive growth and poverty reduction. DOST Caraga hopes to provide innovative, cost-effective, and appropriate technologies that enable micro, small, and medium enterprises to develop and produce competitive products that meet world-class standards. With its capacity, DOST Caraga also increased its technology assistance for small enterprise technology upgrading program or setup clients to boost their productivity. The success stories of our clients demonstrate how innovations impact and transform lives. We also continue to strengthen S&D efforts to help address pressing needs in the region, including climate change adaptation, community empowerment, mitigating foodborne illnesses and other health concerns, sustainability of resources, cultivating the S&T human resource, and promoting research and innovation culture. These efforts are possible with a strong collaboration with agencies, LGUs, academe and private sectors, and the works of the men and women of DOST Caraga on the ground. DOST Caraga, inspiring innovations, creating opportunities. Science for the people. Small and medium enterprises, or MSMEs, form the backbone of the Philippine economy and the driving force behind the country's economic stability. The Small Enterprise Technology Upgrading Program or setup of the Department of Science and Technology is a nationwide strategy to boost MSMEs' productivity and competitiveness through innovations. As the provider of world-class scientific, technology, and innovative solutions, DOST leads the way to assist MSMEs on their journey to higher productivity. Since 2002, DOST Caraga has assisted a total of 485 firms in the region through upgrading of equipment, products, and services, which helped increase their productivity. The MSMEs assisted were able to increase their income and generate more jobs in the region. With setup, MSMEs can acquire new equipment through the financial assistance to improve production lines, avail of technology training, technical assistance and consultancy from industry experts, improve product quality through the packaging and labeling assistance, and free laboratory analysis. The setup priority areas are food processing, furniture, agriculture and aquaculture, metals and engineering, gifts, decors and handicrafts, information and communications technology, health and wellness, and halal products. Talk to us and learn about setup now. Be our partner sa Pag-Asenso.
Ako si Gladys May Corilla, ang General Manager sa Millennium Rice Mill, isa ka setup adapter ug kini ang akong istorya. Ang Millennium Rice Mill nahimutang kini sa Fortunato, Victoria, Taguig, Surigao del Sur. Na-establish kini sa tuig 2006 sa paningkamot sa among amahan. So nakita namo ang traditional nga rice mill, minus gid ang iyang production ug ang iyang quality sa bugas broken, dili siya acceptable sa market. January 24, 2016 niadto gid mi sa DOST. Within 1 month kapin nadawat namo ang innovation fund nga nagkantidad og 1,920,000 pesos. Ang among na-acquire nga equipment mao ang big vertical whitener polisher machine ug double vertical type whitening machine. Sa una 19 bags per hour, karon kaya na namo ang 35 to 40 bags per hour. Sa una mo cater lang mig isa ka bugasira, karon kaya na namo ang upat. When it comes to quality, makita gyud na puti, kumot, limpyo, ug tibuok gyud ang grains. Karon mulong last gyud siya 1 month. Kung mutaas ang production, mutaas pud ang employment. Sa unang among trabahante, 4 lang man mi. Karon moabot na og 11, mutaas pa gyud kung daghan mig bularon. Nidaghan pud ang amuang customers. Mismo sila ang moadto gid sa gilingan, mupalit ug ilang ibaligya sa nagkalain-laing lugar. Dili lang kung taga Surigao del Sur ang nakaila sa among bugas. Dinhi sa Mindanao, sama sa Himuog, Butuan City, Cotabato, ang uban sa Davao. Nidako ang among gross sales ni abot kini og 766%. First year sa among pag-avail sa setup program, nakapalit kami og ELF. After sa among setup refund, nakapalit na pud kami og duha ka wing van. Naka-expand kami sa among solar dryer. Sa una 200 bags lang ang kaya. Karon kaya na gyud ang 800 bags. Aside sa equipment upgrading, naka-avail pud kami og MPIX consultancy ug lain-lain pang training. Dako kayong improvement when it comes to management. Doon na po yung mga kalisdanan nga among na-experience. Sama sa bad weather. Naga-monitor nami pinaagi sa DOST pag-asa weather forecast. Ang among alkansi dugang na kini sa amuhang sales. Ang rice mill industry dali ra siya maapektuhan sa pagdaghan sa imported rice. We divert our business process. Ang among gi-focus na lang ang milling fee sa mga dagkong komprador aron ang among mga trabahante padayon ang trabaho. Dahil lahi ang mga technology ang among gi-adapt. Sama sa paggamit sa solar light, nag-purchase pud mi og moisture content tester. Kung tama na ba igiling. Nakasave na mi sa among bayranan sa kuryente. Taas kayo ang demand sa rice karong panahon na kay ang mga LGU isa na kini ay ilang gamiton kini sa relief goods. Bisan tuod ang among mga trabahante nahadlok pero amo silang gina-assure nga ang ilang safety kay ang among mga trabahante dili lang namo sila trabahante. Ginaturin ko namo sila nga pamilya. Gina-maintain gid namo ang maayong relasyon sa mga farmers. Mutuod na gyud sila sa MOA. Naay tulo ka bag-ong bugasira nga na-inspired. Karon after 1 year, tagsa na silang sakyanan. Makaingon gyud ko nga ang DOST kumpleto. Salamat kaayo DOST. Nigaan ang among kinabuhi. Tapos daghan mi natabangan.
Pangalan si Hinaro Ilagan, 51 years old. Business address na po sa Marcos Carlos Street, Butuan City. And then nakadawat ko sa programa nga ILDAP, pasabot Livelihood Development Assistance Program sa tuig 2018. Ako nadawat nga starter kits, mga grocery items o 1 sack rice. Ang kalabuan karon ang katong mga grocery items nga akong na-receive, so akong gi-rolling and then makita sa nimo sa store karon nga bilang kaniya. Kining programa sa MOA NRCO anong tabang ni sa dila sa ako dili sa mga OFW na napauli diri or na-repatriate kay naman sila ay kanang negosyo nga pag-abot nila diri sa Pilipinas kailang mahimong trabaho na nila. Kunya di lang sa ako kundi sa akong pamilya ug sa ila kong mga pamilya. So nagpasalamat ako sa kini nga programa o sa office sa OWA NRCO o hinaot nga magpadayon ni sa uban nga mga katuigan o more power sa opisina sa NRCO, OWA NRCO o sa mga staff nila, management.
Caraga Region is rich in agricultural and natural resources, cultural diversity, and is home to beautiful and serene tourist spots. Over the years, the region has made impressive economic growth, joining the fast-growing regions in the country. Caraga offers a lot of economic opportunities and potentials given its strengths. In response to the needs of science, technology, and innovation interventions, DOST Caraga improved its quality management systems as a certified 9001-2015 office and ISO 17025 accredited regional standards and testing laboratories, expanded its programs and services, and calls for innovation towards an inclusive growth and poverty reduction. DOST Caraga hopes to provide innovative, cost-effective, and appropriate technologies that enable micro, small, and medium enterprises to develop and produce competitive products that meet world-class standards. With its capacity, DOST Caraga also increased its technology assistance for small enterprise technology upgrading program or setup clients to boost their productivity. The success stories of our clients demonstrate how innovations impact and transform lives. We also continue to strengthen S&D efforts to help address pressing needs in the region, including climate change adaptation, community empowerment, mitigating foodborne illnesses and other health concerns, sustainability of resources, cultivating the S&T human resource, and promoting research and innovation culture. These efforts are possible with a strong collaboration with agencies, LGUs, academe and private sectors, and the works of the men and women of DOST Caraga on the ground. DOST Caraga, inspiring innovations, creating opportunities. Science for the people.
Let us pray. Our loving and generous God, we praise and thank you for the bountiful blessings you have given us. Thank you for giving us a mind that can know and a heart that can love. Thank you for giving us the chance to continue learning amidst the pandemic that had caused a lot of changes in our lives. We are sorry for the times we have failed you. We humbly ask for your forgiveness. Father, help us stay focused on our studies. When learning becomes difficult, grant us the gifts of courage and enthusiasm. Grant us the grace to use our knowledge in making a difference into the lives of the people around us. All this we pray in your mighty name. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang mag-ibig, kaya sagsinahanan, alam ng puso, sa tinig mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, kuya ka ng mag-ibig, sa mandulupin, di ka masisingil, sa nagtatulog sa simoy at sa langit ang bangkaw, ay hinatang tudla, awit sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iibig, ang ituwin at araw niya kailan ang ay natitigig. Lupa ng araw ng walang pagsika, mo'y langit sa piling mo. Ang bigaya ng pagkay magamit, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
The outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic greatly affected the global economy and labor market of every country, including the Philippines. Some Filipino workers here and abroad, if not laid off, had difficulty in keeping their jobs. More than 500,000 affected overseas Filipino workers were brought home, leaving some with no means of generating income.
Yes, so that's why the Department of Science and Technology launched the iFWD, Innovations for Filipinos Working Distantly from the Philippines, to provide support to repatriated OFWs as well as their families in light of the crisis brought by the current pandemic. In Caraga Region, DOST Caraga partnered with the Department of Trade and Industry and Overseas Workers Welfare Administration Caraga Regional Offices to ensure that the OFWs will have the right skills in managing their own technology-based enterprise.
Today, we will witness the official forging of the partnership of this event. Good morning, everyone. My name is Paul.
And I'm Kim. And welcome to the launching of the iFWD in Caraga.
Now, before anything else, allow me to acknowledge the presence of our partners from the Department of Trade and Industry Caraga, their Assistant Regional Director, ARD Gay A. Hidalgo.
Also, we have their Chief Trade Industry Specialist, Ms. Jasmine B. Faelnar, and Ms. Fritzy Rose G. Ilagan, Trade Industry Development Specialist.
And we also have here the Provincial Director of the DTI Province of Agusan del Norte, Director Brenda Corvera.
Let me also acknowledge the OIC of the Regional Welfare Office of OWA Caraga, Ms. Maria Irene Cambaling.
We also have here Mr. Rodel P. Delihero, Overseas Workers Welfare Officer 3, and Ms. Sheila Jane Rosales, Labor Communications Officer.
Okay, we are also thankful for the participation of the Philippine Information Agency Caraga through Ma'am Doreen, Sir Vesper, and Sir Ronnie.
We would also like to acknowledge as well our media partners joining online from Hope Radio, Mr. Clyde Hikilan and Gemma Campilan, and from Bombo Radio Butuan, Sir Ray Brangan.
Recognizing also our DOST colleagues from the regional offices, our OFWs, and other participants joining online.
And of course, we also have our co-workers in DOST Caraga, especially our OIC for the Office of the Regional Director, Engineer Noel M. Aho, our Assistant Regional Directors for Technical Operations, Mr. Ricardo N. Varela, and for the Finance and Admin Services, Ma'am Imelda Esmezo. We have here as well the Provincial Director of DOST Agusan del Norte, Ms. Miriam Bukia.
Okay, so we would like to acknowledge also the presence of the Secretary of DOST, Secretary Fortunato Boy T. de la Peña.
And now, to officially start, let us hear a message from the DOST Caraga's OIC from the Office of the Regional Director, our very active Engineer Noel M. Aho. Sir?
Every adversity, every failure carries with the seed of an equal or greater benefit. The quote from Napoleon Hill embodies the essence of why we are here. Using technology as a seed for the greater benefit of the overseas Filipino workers. My greetings to DOST Secretary Fortunato Boy de la Peña, ERD Gay Tidalgo, and Provincial Director Brenda Corbera of DTI, Director Maria Irene Sikambaling of the Overseas Worker Welfare Administration or OWA and her staff, to ERD Rec Barela, ERD Imelda Meso, and Provincial Director Miriam Bukia of DOST Caraga, DOST, DTI, and OWA personnel, and of course to our overseas Filipino workers, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Based on the survey conducted in 2019, the total number of OFWs is estimated at 2.2 million. It is already common knowledge that these modern-day heroes of the Philippines is one of the major sources of our gross domestic product. The OFWs literally sacrificed to work outside of the country because of their unselfish love for their family, who are left behind, and as a result, help make our economy grow. OFW remittances is one of the major lifebloods of our economy. Based on the data from the PSA, the total remittances sent by OFWs during the period April to September was estimated to 212 billion. Therefore, the OFW remittances is a very significant figure contribution to our economy. However, according to DOLE in January 2021, OFWs displaced due to COVID-19 pandemic has reached 600,000, with 100,000 initially still applying for repatriation. And many more are expected to be repatriated this year. During the time of prosperity, we benefited from the contributions of our OFWs. And in this period of crisis, it is fitting for us to give back and let them feel that the government is here to lend them a hand. That is why the government is implementing programs and projects to address this problem. With this, under the leadership of DOST Secretary Fortunato Boy T. de la Peña, implemented the iForward PH, or Innovations for Filipinos Working Distantly. iForward's PH objective is to provide opportunities for the OFWs and their families to establish technology-based enterprises. It has two phases: capacity building and innovation funding for the establishment of the enterprise. That is why we have partners here, especially from DTI, because under the first phase, We seek their assistance and partnership on the development of business concept and business plans. On the second phase, we will focus on using the DOST developed technologies and R&D outputs in establishing businesses for our recipient OFWs. Here, we will do entrepreneurship and technical trainings, product development, operational consultant services, initial laboratory testing, packaging and labeling, and of course, the equipment acquisition, which will be extended to our beneficiaries. We therefore look at this crisis as an opportunity to work with our partners in using science and technology, R&D outputs, in creating and growing enterprises for our modern-day heroes, the OFWs. We at DOST always believe that 3 is greater than 1. That working together is more powerful than working alone. That is the reason why we are here this morning. We are here to forge an agreement where DTI, OWA, and DOST will work together to provide opportunities to OFWs in developing their own technology-based businesses and to empower them in making a living in our own country and not abroad. It is our fervent hope that the iFWD partnership between DOST, DTI, and OWA will contribute to the resiliency and recovery of our economy from this pandemic. We also hope that this is just the beginning of more collaborative efforts between the 3 agencies of the government in making our country more prosperous and our people live a better life. In behalf of the DOST Caraga family, we would like to extend our gratitude to our partners for working with us in this endeavor. Thank you also to the DOST Caraga team and our iFWD team headed by ERD Rick Barela for organizing this event and in implementing this project. We also extend our thanks to DOST NCR for serving as the national coordinating region for iFWD. Let me end this opening message by saying that overcoming adversity not only makes us stronger, it makes us better. Thank you and be safe.
Albert, very warm welcome.
Okay, so Paul, I guess some are still curious about what this project is, iFWD, how OFWs can benefit from this, and how they can apply. So to know more about iFWD, let's check this out.
Sa bagong balita, katambayayong ang Office of the Presidential Advisor on Overseas Filipino Workers, Overseas Workers Welfare Administration of Department of Trade and Industry Caraga, gilunsad sa Department of Science and Technology ang usa ka program alang sa mga overseas Filipino workers. Oo, alang gid kanimo. Ihatod kaninyo ang iFWD Philippines nga naglaom nga mahatagan og kahigayunan ang mga OFWs sama kanimo nga nakamugna og technology-based business ubos sa mga mosunod nga sektor: food processing, furniture pieces, gifts, housewares and decors, agriculture and aquaculture, metals and engineering, health and pharmaceutical products, ICT and electronics, S&T consultancy services. Ang kwalipikado nga OFW moagi sa duha ka ang sa programa. Una, ang capability building. Diin tudluan sa DOST ang mga OFW sa pagbugna og business plan gamit ang mga modules kabahin sa pagnegosyo. Apil usab sa Phase 1 ang technology pitching o ang pagpaila sa mga teknolohiyang gitun-an sa DOST nga posibleng magamit sa negosyo. Sa Phase 2, ang mga OFWs kamula po sa Phase 1 mamahimong mahatagan og Innovation Enabling Fund o pondo alang sa ilang technology-based business. Alang sa dugang impormasyon kabahin sa programa, bisitaha lang ang website sa iFWD Philippines o magpadala og email. Sa iFWD Philippines, kauban ta sa pagpalambo sa negosyo sa atong mga bagong bayani.
Mr. Emilito Darby Hiloka, residence Butuan City, Caraga Region. Sa ko nakabel sa sit-up sa DOST. Good OFW ko, CBC man. Isa ko sa Peter Mechanic sa barko. And then almost 17 years ko sa abroad. 2012 nag-put up ko Pit Car Service Center sa Libertad, Butuan City. Last 2016, tungod kay kulang manggod ang ako ang mga equipment sa machine shop na ay naka-advise sa ako na mag-adto sa DOST, mag-abel sa katong programa sa gobyerno nga setup. Ang akong na-abel nga equipment, duha kalit machine nga dagko, saka boring machine, saka surface grinder o isa ka milling machine. 1,880,000 ang akong na-abel sa setup. Katong mga training, no, inventory, minimize sa mga materials, nya kana mga waste food na metal na ma-recycle gyapon siya. O katupong consultancy training seminar nung nagikuan. Dako kaayo ang impact no sa setup nga gitabang sa DOST. When it comes to productivity, tungod kay unang-una napadali ang produkto nga paghimo sa mga parts sa pag-repair, nakatabang pud sa trabahante, no. Then siyempre pag makatabang ka sa trabahante, daghan og pila ka bukila anak sa ila pamilya, makapaispila sa ila sa mga bata. Nakoy na additional tao before nagsusugot is 5 karon nagdugang og walo mga 30 na sila. Na-receive na ako nga award sa TISDA kay sama ko sa ilahang industry partner sa kuko sa TISDA Idol ng Caraga Region sa last 2018, no. Ko ang immediate past president sa Rotary Club of Butuan. Tapos sa akong time dawat og gold award ang among Rotary Club of Butuan. Last na ako na award sa Malacanang, ako ang isa na nidaog sa Model OFW Family Award sa cities category sa Philippines. Halos one-stop shop man ta. Tanan na servicing. Ang Pit Car Service Center po na ako is karon ongoing na ang construction para sa training center sa automotive. At the same time, assessment center para mudaghan ang mga skilled worker sa Caraga Region. Dili na ta magkuha sa laing lugar. Ato na kaugaling ang produkto. Kaya simple pag increase ang imong production, increase po ang imong sa income. Sa before, income lang kang mga 200,000 a month. So, karon maabot na siya mga 300 ka 350 na. Ako nagpapasalamat sa DOST, labi na sa ilahang setup ng programa sa DOST. Daghan kayo og natabangan, no?
Okay, that's it. So I hope our OFWs, no, especially those who are present today, were able to take note of the project, the qualifications, the requirements. So for more questions, to download the application form, please visit iForward.dost.gov.ph.
That's right, Kim. Now to introduce our keynote speaker for today, please watch this video.
Fortunato Boy Tanseco de la Peña was born in Bulacan on November 12, 1949. He is the youngest of 3 children of Emilio Banzon de la Peña and Luz Fajardo Tanseco. He has always been excited for science and technology. While his batchmates left for jobs abroad, he stayed and served in the country. He was supported in his college studies by ESO Standard Eastern, now Petron, and upon graduation with a BS Chemical Engineering degree from the University of the Philippines, Diliman in 1969, he was immediately hired as operations engineer for 2 years. ESO had a one-page ad informing the public of their CSR project, the ESO Scholarship at the UP College of Engineering, and Secretary Boy was the featured model of its July 22, 1969 edition in Manila Times. With his love for learning, he returned to school to pursue a master's degree in industrial engineering while being a faculty, research assistant, and journal editor of the university. He eventually became chair of UP's Department of Industrial Engineering and Operations Research, and in 1988, a full-time professor. His career in government also took off with his appointments as Director of Technology Application and Promotion Institute, or DOST-TAPI, from 1989 to 1991. DOST Under Secretary for Scientific and Technological Services in 2001, and Chairman of the United Nations Commission on Science and Technology for Development in 2011. He played a key role in the creation of several programs such as the Technology Business Incubation or TBI and the Manufacturing Productivity Extension or MPEX consultancy that has been supporting small enterprises. He flourished as a UP professor for 43 years, attaining the rank of Professor 12 or the highest level for an educator, while gaining Career Executive Service Officer CESO rank 1, also the highest level in the career service. He recently received his UP Alumni Association Lifetime Distinguished Achievement Award from UP Diliman, making him one of the only 4 alumni recipients of the said award. Our DOST Secretary also has time and a heart for this. Truly a top Filipino engineer, professor, and civil servant, our DOST Secretary believes in bringing science closer to the people and making a difference in the lives of Filipinos. He has always been there for Caraga with dedicated service in advancing science, technology, and innovation for the socio-economic growth in the countryside. DOST Secretary Fortunato de la Peña. His initials are SFPP, Science for the People.
Yang nakamute.
Nakamute pa siya.
Yang iapat na mute. Katong unmute themselves ka na security.
Secretary Boy, the screen is now yours.
Naka-unmute na, okay. So magandang umaga sa ating lahat. I'm so happy with all of you in this important event, the launching and signing of the Memorandum of Agreement of iFWD or Innovations for Filipinos Working Distantly from the Philippines. And, it is done here in Caraga. If not for limitations in mobility, I would be in Caraga definitely for this occasion, as I have been in many past important events that were held in Caraga. I still could not forget the many times I visited Caraga when we were trying to start the Philippine Science High School campus there, and eventually when we inaugurated and opened the Philippine Science High School campus in 2013. And of course, there were many projects that Caraga initiated on its own, where I was also invited to participate. One of them was the opening of the inauguration of the Technology Business Incubator at Caraga State University, which they call Navigatu, and recently it was cited as one of the 12 very, shall we say, best practice incubators that were cited by the QBO or Kubo during the most recent event that they have. I was also there when we launched the very, shall we say, pioneering initiative on food safety for tourism, and this is the food inspection and evaluation grading system, which we opened in Siargao This was participated by, I think, more than 50 food establishments, and we did the grading of a number of them during my visit. So people, customers would know, okay, in a very visible area of the eating place, what is the rating that they have on food safety and the evaluation that we had. So there are food places that were rated A minus, B plus, etc. So I also would like to mention the recent breakthrough that Caraga had, and for which I was really very happy. And this is the opening and administering the Coursera programs, okay, under Caraga. So allow me to give special greetings to our DTI Caraga Regional Director Edwin Banquerigo, represented today by Assistant Regional Director Gay Hidalgo, to our OWA Caraga OIC Regional Director Irene Cambaling, to our Zoom and Facebook viewers, especially our overseas Filipino workers in which this project is intended for, and to our partners for development, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to congratulate DOST Caraga, DTI Caraga, and OWA Caraga for joining forces in sharing their expertise and resources to implement the iForward PH project in this very difficult time. As we now know, the iForward is designed to provide assistance to our overseas Filipino workers who are desiring now to be here and to put up their own technology-based micro enterprises. And I think this is one region that has formally announced that the three departments, are working together under the whole of government, whole of nation approach. As we know, iForward is still a very young program. We conceptualized this to provide support and opportunities to our overseas Filipino workers and their immediate families to set up their technology-based enterprises. So the first batch was opened last year, and if I remember my figures right, the first batch, there were around 119 applicants, and after administering the screening, merong mga questions, online questions that had to be answered, just to check their inclination to really be entrepreneurs and some competencies that they have. And so it was further trimmed down to a figure of, if I remember, 98 of them, or 96, were taken into phase one of the iForward PH project. And we just would like to correct that the program is divided into two phases. The project is divided into two phases. In the first phase, we try to build capability in our participants in entrepreneurship. We try to expose them to the technologies which they choose to be their most likely area of their technology micro enterprise. And so it ends up with them being guided, okay, after a series of sessions on entrepreneurship and business planning. They come up with their business plan. And I remember that there were 59 who finished phase one out of that batch. And after finishing phase one, they now are guided to their respective regions, because while this was initiated by NCR, that first batch, at phase two, they will now have to go to the respective regions, their place where they want to put up their enterprise. And in many cases, these are also the regions where they come from. And we are happy to note that while there are majority of the would-be technopreneurs are inclined in the food processing sector, there are also those who are inclined in areas like agriculture, aquaculture, in metalworking, in also in the area of services like ICT services, and some would like to practice their engineering professional consulting work, okay, because they are actually professional engineers. So the idea is now they will be in the hands of our DOST regions when they go to phase 2. And that is, I believe, the reason why we are having this event, because there are now participants who are coming from Caraga, and they will now be beginning their phase 2. And of course, the other thing is that you will probably be starting your own batch there in Caraga with the help of OWA and DTI. As we know, our OFWs are regarded as the country's modern day heroes because of their significant contributions to the growth of our economy. In 2018 alone, the remittances accounted to 11% of the total GDP. And somebody was comparing, for example, that it was even higher than the contribution of the petroleum and oil-based companies in a country like Malaysia. Okay, so that 11% is really very significant. And between April to September 2019, there was a total remittance of almost 212 billion pesos, an estimated 2.2 million Filipinos working abroad. But as we know, in early 2020 and 2021 up to now, hundreds of thousands of overseas Filipino workers were affected by the pandemic in the different places where they are working. So the number of returning overseas Filipino workers increased every month, particularly when OFWs from the Americas and Europe also started to come home. Now, there are a lot of challenges, and I think every government agency has to do something to help our overseas Filipino worker. After all, we owe a lot from them, and at DOST, therefore, we initiated the Innovation for Filipinos Working Distantly from the Philippines, or iFWD, to build capability in our overseas Filipino workers to create, understand, and establish their business through a series of online training and webinars, including mentoring, so they can learn about the Philippine business environment. The phase 2, of course, will already involve the provision of funding support for the establishment of the technology-based enterprises, and they will also be provided access to technology-based entrepreneurship advisors, technical assistance, and use of facilities. Networking and linkaging with other businesses will also be taught. Very recently, I got reports from at least two agencies who reported a certain number of participants in iFWD who I believe are now entering phase 2, who had a more comprehensive training and exposure in the technologies that they have chosen. And these were reported by the Industrial Technology Development Institute and the Philippine Textile Research Institute. The latest was from PTRI, where they said, I think there were 7 OFWs who chose to be in a business related to the following. One will be in the products, okay, out of natural fibers. The other one would be in the area of producing the weaving equipment, okay. Another area would be in the area of natural dyes, okay. And there was a 4th one that I cannot recall now, but they were all in the PTRI technologies that are already available. Our iFWD has now been implemented in some regions since last year. In the case of NCR, the first technology-based enterprise that was launched is owned by an ICT worker abroad, Ruel Bermudez. And he worked for several years as an IT project manager and a senior web developer abroad. And so when he came home, he wanted to put up his own software laboratory. And through iForward PH, the Bermudez Software Labs was already launched, I think, last month. Here, we provide some amount that actually is kind of a counterpart, okay? Because whatever we provide, there should be some equivalent, the same amount that the entrepreneur has out of his savings. We know that it is not good for an entrepreneur to start something without anything. Okay, he has to put he has to take part of the risk. Okay, and that will be in the form of his own contribution to the initial capital of the enterprise. So our policy is the amount that we will make available to him should have a counterpart that he has from whatever source he will get it. No, and so this part coming from DOST is for the acquisition of hardware, and in this case, in his case, the cloud hosting subscription and the vulnerability assessment and penetration testing for the development of his softwares. So we hope and look forward that there will be new technopreneurs in the Caraga region. And of course, we are really hoping that we can help more, okay, in terms of number, our returning OFWs to become entrepreneurs. It's important because when they become entrepreneurs, they can
Sa iFWD. Nag-apply ko. Sama. Wala pong tingog dyan.
So I have been muted and I hope I did not miss too much. But I really look forward to see another successful OFW technopreneur, this time coming from Caraga. Maybe not just one, hopefully more. So I really, I'm very, very, very optimistic about this project, and particularly with the partnership that we have with DTI and OWA. I'm very confident that we will succeed. Thank you very much and have a good day.
Thank you very much for that very wonderful message, Secretary de la Peña, and for gracing for this event. And indeed, Kim, this program is really timely and relevant, especially to our OFWs who are really experiencing some struggles in this time of pandemic. And also, on the other side, we would like to remind the participants in the Zoom to please turn off your microphone so that there will be no conflict in terms of presentation during the course of the presentation. Okay, so Kim?
So yes, I agree with you, Paul. So as what Sir Noel said earlier, that our OFWs are our modern day heroes. So let's try to help them as much as we can, right? Okay, so now to formalize our partnership. Actually, this is the highlight of the event. Let us all witness the signing of the Memorandum of Agreement between the Department of Science and Technology Caraga, Department of Trade and Industry Caraga, and the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration Caraga for the implementation of iForward PH in our region.
And of course, we would like to inform those qualified participants for the first phase of the iForward. Congratulations. By the way, we would like to remind you for the schedule of the project orientation this coming May 17, 2021 at 10 a.m. And we will be coordinating with you for the other details.
Okay. So again, for those interested applicants, and if you want to know more rather about iForward PH, please visit iForward.dost.gov.ph. You may also check DOST Caraga's Facebook page for more details, and also to be updated with S&T information and other updates.
And also, to the other side of the news, now we have here the call for applications for the 2021 DOST PCHRD undergraduate thesis grant in natural products. So this is in collaboration or in partnership rather with the DOST PCHRD. And so this program aims to sustain a research culture in natural products to increase the number of research and later on build a pool of researchers or experts specializing in the field of natural products. So the program supports the Class Lunas, which is the Drug Discovery and Development Program of the Department of Science and Technology, PCHRD, which aims to develop safe, effective, and affordable alternative drugs from the country's natural resources. So the thesis grants will be given to 2 undergraduate entries per region, and after completion of the project, a competition will be held for selected qualified students to recognize their innovative work on natural products. So who can apply? So all undergraduate students of pharmacy, chemistry, nursing, and health and allied sciences who have thesis proposals on natural products may apply. The proposed thesis study must use plants, indigenous plants in the region rather, and the project must be completed a year after receiving the grant. So for more details about the call for applications, you can visit caragahealthresearch.net for its other details. Okay, so let us all congratulate ourselves first for the successful signing and launching of the iForward PH. Now for the message of the... So at this moment, let us welcome the Assistant Regional Director of the DTI Caraga, ARD Gay A. Tidalgo.
So they say that if you want to be happy for a day, you have just to go fishing. If you want to be happy for a week, try reading a book. But if you want to be happy for a lifetime, help others. So that has been our mantra. Helping others, help themselves. It's a beautiful Tuesday morning sa atong tanan. And my respect to the DOST team, headed by no less than their Honorable Secretary Fortunato de la Peña, DOST Caraga OIC Engineer Noel Ahok, DOST Caraga ARD Rick Valera, and our other partner for this endeavor, OA Caraga, headed by Director Irene Cambaling. So my respect to all of you. Allow me to thank all of you in behalf of my Regional Director, Engineer Edwin Bancarigo, and the entire DTI Caraga for making us a partner in this particular program. This is not the first. We have been partners in several programs from the past years. But still, we are very happy because this is something new for us. DTI is known for developing micro, small, and medium entrepreneurs. And this time around comes the OFWs. Though we already have an existing partnership with OWA in helping our OFWs. So actually, these OFWs are really close to my heart. 2 of my 4 sons are OFWs who are now jobless because of this pandemic. I've got lots of friends, high school classmates who are also OFWs. And they would call me and ask me, please help us. What are we going to do? Especially in this time of pandemic. No? And we all know that these OFWs help our economy a lot. As what Secretary Boy had said, their remittances help our economy keep rolling. So how are we going to help them? As I have noticed, looking at their profiles, most of our OFWs are some sort of like skills workers, no? They're not entrepreneurs. So it will be a very big task for DTI to change their mindset at this point in time, teaching our OFWs to become entrepreneurs. And that will be our commitment in this project under iForward PH. We will help turn our OFWs to become entrepreneurs. I think it will not be hard because we already have experiences on this. We were able to turn our nuns, mga madre, to become entrepreneurs. At first they said, oh, we are not entrepreneurs, Director Gay. How can we do that? I said, DTI is here to help you to become entrepreneurs. We help you so that you will help yourselves also. And in return, you can help others. So with this experience, I think it will not be hard for us in DTI to help our OFWs. And in this project also, I'm just very happy that we have OWA and DOST with us, no, as our partners, because DTI cannot do it alone. So we're very happy when ARD Rick visited DTI and asked us to become their partners. So sa walay duha-duha, we said yes. We really said yes, no? Because OFWs are really a big number where they also need our help. So to our OFWs, our modern-day heroes, who in this time of pandemic are sent home, do not despair. Your government is here working for you. Adja.
Dagang salamat, DTI ARD Hidalgo, for that very wonderful message. And Kim?
We'd also like to call on our virtual stage the OIC of the Regional Welfare Office of OWA Caraga, Ms. Maria Irene C. Cambaling, for her message. Ma'am?
Good morning, everyone. With my deepest respect to the DOST Secretary Fortunato de la Peña, sir, good morning. And to the DOST Caraga team, headed by the OIC Director, Engineer Noel Aho, sir, and of course, the DOST Assistant Regional Director, Mr. Rick Valera, and our partner, DTI, Ma'am Gay Hidalgo, the Assistant Regional Director of DTI, Caraga. Thank you, and good morning po sa inyong lahat. In connection to the new project innovation for Filipinos working distantly from the Philippines, or itong tinatawag nating iForward Philippines, that will be launching soon, spearheaded by the DOST Caraga, I'm honored to be here today for the signing of our Memorandum of Agreement as partner agency for the implementation of the iForward Philippines project here in Caraga. On behalf of Overseas Workers Welfare Administration, OWA Caraga, I would like to take this opportunity to congratulate everyone whose dedication and efforts that have contributed to this endeavor. In particular, congratulations to DOST Caraga, headed by DOST Caraga OIC Regional Director Engineer Noel M. Ahok, the DOST Caraga Assistant Regional Director Ricardo Varela, and the men and women who work behind this project, men and women of DOST Caraga. Note that these days, as you are all aware, that a lot of our repatriated OFWs are greatly affected with the outcome of the global pandemic that leads to the uncertainties regarding their overseas employment. Through the initiative of the DOST, the iForward PH and its objective to provide opportunities for the OFWs and their families will also help our OFWs to enable them to reintegrate back to their respective localities and be able to establish technology-based enterprise with its two phases. One, capability building, and number two, innovation funding for the establishment of an enterprise. Sabi nga kanina ni DTI, hindi lahat ng OFW ay entrepreneur, pero hindi naman ng hulugan na hindi sila hindi sila ma-challenge dito. Ang lahat naman nating OFW, kinakaya ang lahat para sa kanilang pamilya. And I know there will come a time magiging entrepreneur din sila. So of course, sa mga bagong paraan ngayon, lalo na kasama nitong mga bagong mga teknolohiya na binibigay natin. Despite our differences in mandates, our agencies share a common goal to ensure the welfare and able to respond to the needs, timely intervention but timely respond to the needs of our OFW Filipinos in this time of pandemic by having set of opportunities for them to choose from. In this context, we are confident that through our commitment, we will be able to achieve more with our joint efforts in delivering our programs and services to the OFWs. We look forward to the successful launching of the iForward PH, and I wish you all good health. Thank you. Keep safe. Basta OFW, kayang-kaya. Para sa inyo po ito. God bless us all.
Thank you very much, OIC Kambaling, no? And thank you also for sharing that though we have different mandates, we work as one to help our OFWs. We also thank you, DTI, earlier for the commitment that they pledged. So, Paul?
So at this juncture, let us hear some messages from two of the OFWs who qualified for the first phase of the project.
Hi, my name is Shisa Ranido, and I am an OFW from Saudi Arabia. Supposedly, my contract was for 2 years, but in 10 months po, ako ay napapauwi sa Pilipinas. And within the 10-month period, nakaranas din po ako ng 3 months na work no pay. And there was also a point when I was still in Saudi that my roommate tested positive with COVID, and I thought that was the most scary part. Pero, pag sinabi pala ng employer na instead of staying na no work, no pay, why don't you go back home? So, mas nakakatakot pala yun, especially that I am not financially ready. So, buti na lang, pagdating sa Pilipinas, everything was taken care of by our government through OWA. Pagdating ng airport, sinundo to the accommodation sa hotel, and then going back to the province with 10K financial assistance from OWA. So, I was so grateful with that. While waiting for the borders to open, I saw the ad in the television that there is this program of the government about iFWD. I was so excited that after watching the ad, I searched the web and then I signed up. And I was not contented with that. I went to DOST Caraga office because I wanted to personally inquire about this program, and I was so happy that there is a program like this for all the OFWs. You know, it gives me hope. It's like there is light at the end of the tunnel. With all these apprehensions and anxieties, you know, it gives me a flicker of hope where everything is so hazy and so uncertain. With that, I wanna express my heartfelt gratitude to our Philippine government through DOST Caraga, DTI and OWA for giving us this opportunity, and I hope and I pray that this program will flourish so that this program can transform a lot of lives, not only for the OFWs but also for the families of the OFWs. So thank you so much for this opportunity, and I hope everybody will work hand in hand to make this program successful, especially in the implementation part. So, thank you so much and have a great day.
Ako si Julmar Baron, na nagpuyo sa Barangay Tagibo, Butuan City. So ako OFW sa Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Nakauli ko itong iadtong September 2020 tungod kinhinay ang panginabuhi abroad. Karon di sa bibalik tungod sa pandemya. Dako gyud ang matabang aning i-forward sa akong pamilya pinagi sa livelihood nga ilang ihatag. Ako nang hinaot nga isa sa mapili nga masuportahan sa negosyo nga akong pagasugdan puhon. Dahang salamat DOST, DTI ug OWA sa oportunidad.
FWs and their immediate families to establish their own technology-based enterprises. We always believe that there is a bright future ahead of us. Thank you, Secretary Boy de la Peña, for your untiring support We would like to thank our partners who together with us believe that we can make a difference when we work together as one. Thank you, ARD Gate Hidalgo of DTI, Regional Director Maria Irene Cambaling of OWA Doli. We are looking forward for a more partnership in the future. We would like to thank our OFW who are present today, especially those who will be participating in this program. Our partners in the media, thank you PIA, Hope Radio, and Bombo Radio. Thank you all our Facebook viewers and Zoom participants. This launching and MOA signing was made possible through the leadership of our DOST Caraga OIC, Engineer Noel Ahok. We have started the first step to a million steps ahead. I would like also to thank our info and promotion team, Yang Sarmiento and Junard, and the ICT team of John Batingal and Joey Batyao for making this event viewable throughout the world. Thank you, ug daghang salamat sa tanan.
Okay, again, that was Rick Varela, our Assistant Regional Director of DOST and the Project Coordinator of iFWD in the region. So thank you, Sir Rick, and thank you for that quote. We can make a difference if we work as one. So that concludes our program, everyone.
And thank you everyone for joining, especially to our partners from DTI Caraga and OWA Caraga. May we all stay safe as we battle this pandemic. Again, this is Paul.
And this is Kim, reminding everyone,
Sa iForward, uban kita sa pag-asenso. Stay safe everyone and maayong adlaw sa tanan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Kanina lang. Pwede na